Well, we are here at the Ontario Science Centre. We're delighted to have MythBusters, the explosive exhibition. You may be familiar with the Emmy-nominated television series, MythBusters. Well, this is based on that television series, and it's really a display of science, technology, fun, curiosity, and explosions. So we have it's a way of learning about the scientific method and trying different things and putting myths or hypotheses to the test.
Welcome to the Ontario Science Centre with our brand new exhibition, MythBusters, the explosive exhibition. We're very excited to have it here today. And what I have here is an artificial piece of toast. It's a piece of foam with a bit of plastic, we'll call that butter on top. And the idea is we're testing to see if you drop a piece of toast, is it going to land butter side up or butter side down? Now the myth says it always lands butter side down. Well, we know in science that nothing is always, but let's do a test and find out. So what we have here is we have a gripper. This will hold the piece of toast, and then all we have to do is let go. And see which way it lands. Now the thing with science is you want to do a bunch of tests as you experiment. That landed butter side down. You want to try a few different orientations, of course. Butter side up. And so what we find is as people test and explore, you get what we call data. You get information collected. That collection of information lets us know where things tend to go, what naturally happens, and whether or not something is absolute. Now, in this case, obviously, it's not absolute, but we find that as people try it, it seems like butter side down is a little more common than butter side up. But you'll have to come here and try it for yourself to know for sure. So in science, it's important that you have multiple trials and you try things different ways to understand what the variables might be. And in this case, we can cause our toast to fall by knocking it off the table with our hand crank here, literally cranking these hands around. Okay, let me try that again. It's hard to get it up to speed. There we go. And it bounced butter side down. And of course, we always want to try multiple trials. We'll try that again. There we go. Not the easiest mechanism to get working here, but let's see. Sometimes you have to cheat. So as you explore the MythBusters explosive exhibition, you're greeted with one of their hosts who describes the experiment that you're about to engage in, as well as a great description as to what it is that they did on the MythBusters show and what it is you can do to replicate that experiment right here. And of course, the more you try and the more other people try, all that data adds to that information. You're acting like a scientist, collecting information on, in this case, whether or not toast lands butter side up or butter side down, and how often that's the case.
This exhibition, MythBusters, is perhaps one of the most exciting exhibits we've had in many years because it really is essentially the Science Centre. The exhibition is based on the television show, which is very successful. And the reason it's successful is because it's about real things. So the people on the show hear about things like, is it really true that the strongest force in the universe is a vacuum? And that seems kind of counterintuitive. It turns out if you take all the air out of something, you can never, you can't pull apart that object because the pressure from the air around is so strong that you can't pull apart something that has a vacuum inside. Things of that nature are very, very interesting possibilities for young students to think about experimenting themselves and so forth. Things about it.
I think this exhibition is great at showing that science can be fun and inclusive and engaging. And also it's a great demonstration of how the scientific method works in everyday life questions. So I think if visitors get these two concepts of science being fun and accessible and having an understanding of the scientific method, I think it would be great.
My favorite exhibit is the superhero because, I'm in the WWE Championship. It's really fun. I make my friends laugh and stuff. Yeah.
When people think of the Science Centre, they think a place to come and learn about science and to be excited about where science is going. This one talks about how we experiment with everything in the world and how we create our ideas.
So in this experiment, what we're looking at is we're looking at the difference between airspeed and ground speed. The question that MythBusters tried to tackle was if a plane was trying to take off but on a conveyor belt. So the belt is moving, the ground beneath it is moving, so that if we do that with a car, it doesn't go anywhere. But with a plane, the question is, could it still take off? So a very clever experiment has been devised here in which, as a participant, you can come and you can explore, you can turn up the dials, increase the speed of the plane, decrease the speed of the plane, increase the speed of the ground moving beneath it, and you also have a car so that you can compare the two and get an idea of what's happening. What are the physics behind flight, and how is that different from a car driving on the ground?
This exhibition has been in preparation for several years, and this is the Canadian premiere. It's been 3 or 4 years in the works because everything that you see here has been made for the demonstration. It had to be tested, so it can be it's a hands-on demonstration, so many people can operate it and use it, and still it will be in good condition.
In this one, you get a chance to think about how you think things work, try it out, and then the exhibition tells you sometimes where we've thought things for a long time and it turns out that it's not true at all. Or we've thought things for a long time and it turns out to be true after all. In other words, you're really being a scientist when you come here.
My favorite thing right in this exhibition is this one right here. You get wet and you go there, you see the wet marks on your skin.
We are delighted that Ryerson University has agreed to be our education sponsor. Ryerson University really understands science, technology, engineering, and the fact that they have to be accessible and fun. And so they see this as an opportunity. We need more young, talented people in science and engineering, and this is a great opportunity to show them that science can be fun. And we're delighted that they're on board as our educational partner because they will help us enrich the experience for the people who come here to the Ontario Science Centre to see MythBusters.
We learned something different, and we can take that knowledge and try it at school.
So it took 3 or 4 years to put it together, and we're very happy that we are the Canadian premiere of the exhibition here in Canada.
The exhibition is really fun. There's a lot of activities to do here. Yeah, I have my own superhero. I'm the new WWE champion. It's not on me right now, but I used to be. So it's a really great place. I recommend you to visit it. And yeah.
So we're very excited of opening here today at the Science Centre. It will be here for 3 months. So come one, come all. We'll expect to see you here.